Hello, my friend. This is Coach Marco Robert, and thank you so much for checking my channel today. Today, guys, I want to talk to you about something that's very important if you own a business, and it is how to handle customer complaints. So if you own a business, it kind of comes with the territory. At some point, you're going to have some customers that are not going to be happy. How do you actually handle customer complaints? Sometimes it can actually make or break your business. There are some businesses where you get so many complaints, if you don't know how to handle it, you can actually kill your business. Now, here's the good news. The good news is that if you know, and if you do handle customer complaints appropriately, it can actually boost your business. Now, let me explain to you how that works. You see, somebody who raises their hands and they're complaining, they've reached a threshold, okay? You understand? Like, the average person will not complain. The average person will simply say, I'm dissatisfied. I'll go home and they'll tell 3 or 4 people, I did not like my experience. If somebody actually complains, that's because they're actually wanting a solution. So you need to remember that. So when somebody complains, what you have to do is you have to posture like this. They're coming at you like this. You need to posture like this. You understand? Like, there's an energy here, okay? The energy is they want the upper hand. You need to give them the upper hand. If they're coming at you like this, and then you're trying to come at them back like this, in other words, if 2 egos are confronting, you're gonna kill the deal, okay? That's when it gets really, really bad. That's when lawyers get involved. That's when you have to show up in court, okay? Don't do that. Instead, lower your energy completely. Take full responsibility. Now, it doesn't even matter if it's your fault. By the way, if you have employees, you have to train them on doing that. When somebody complains, if they're complaining to you, you have to take on full responsibility for everything. Everything. And always. You understand that? Write it down. Take full responsibility for everything and always. It doesn't matter if it's your fault. See, this person, he finds you. He says, I don't know if it's your fault, but you work for this business. So in my views, it is your fault. So you're not going to argue with them. You're going to say, absolutely, sir. Absolutely, ma'am. I should have figured this out. I should have anticipated. I should have made sure this was never going to happen. That's the first step. So you need to posture below. You need to let them kind of have the upper energy on you. In fact, I'm going to tell you something. If you were not responsible and you let them kind of abuse you a little bit, they're going to be like, whoa, this person is reacting so much like an adult in this conversation that it's actually going to disarm them. And they might say, well, I know it's not your fault. You understand? Like, it's going to disarm them completely. I've seen it happen a lot. So take on full responsibility, okay? Next, you want to have a conversation with them and say, hey, so usually what I say is, I totally understand. I get it. By the way, if I were in your shoes, I would probably be reacting just like you are reacting, or maybe even worse. I get it. Okay, very important that they know that you understand. Okay? Number 3, you want to say, what can I do to actually make it better? How can I make it better? And you'll find that sometimes they're so angry they don't even have a solution. So you can actually propose some solutions. You say, what if I did this? What if I did that? Right? And at that point, usually the tone of the conversation has lowered quite a bit. Now you're able to have a conversation with a human being, right? Not an unnerved, prick, but really a reasonable human being. So now you can have a conversation with them and you can really do whatever you can to actually fix this. Now, here's the good news. Very often, people who complain, if you address their complaints, they will become your best customers. It's happened to me many, 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 many times. They will literally become your best customer. Because put yourself in their shoes. These people are angry, and they believe that they have the right to be angry. And now you're actually responding to their anger and saying, you know what, I'm going to solve your problem. I mean, it really messes up with their mind. They're like, wow, for once somebody is listening to me. Because that's all they want. They want to be listened to. Okay? Now, here's another trick. If the person is a man and you are a man, you cannot face them. You understand? When two men face one another and the energy is very high, it's basically a sign in your brain for confrontation. So you cannot stand face to face with this man who's yelling at you. It's going to turn into a confrontation. Okay? Especially if you're a man. Now, if you're a woman, you probably can, but you probably still should not. What you need to do is you need to kind of position your body at an angle. Okay? So as to kind of deflect their really, really nasty energy. You're basically kind of allowing them to come at you without really fighting back. You understand? And that's going to disarm them completely, almost immediately. Here's another trick. You can actually kind of move your head to the side a little bit. Like you're listening. So their brain is going to pick it up like, oh my God, this guy's really listening to me. And also what it does is this, and this is really cool. When you turn your head to the side, you are exposing the most vulnerable part of your body, your neck, right? And believe it or not, animals, human beings are animals. We're part of the animal kingdom. It's kind of programmed into us. When another animal exposes their neck, they're basically saying, I trust you. Okay? So when this person is very angry at you, you move to the side, you're not confronting them, you kind of go at an angle, and then you're listening to them, and then you move your head just down a little bit like this. Like, yes, yeah, that makes total sense. I totally understand what you're saying. In fact, I'm sorry. I should have, prevented this from happening. I'm very, very sorry. I totally understand. In fact, if I were in your shoes, I would probably be reacting exactly the way you are, even probably worse. I'm very, very sorry. You cannot say sorry enough, okay? So, I'm sorry. And then you offer a solution. You say, what could I do to make it better? And then they, make sure that you overdo it. If it's a restaurant, they say, let me comp your meal today. And then let's make sure that next time you come, I'll actually comp your meal again. You understand? If you understand, like make the situation good. Okay, don't try to fight because you want to save $25. You may end up in court losing $5,000. You understand? So don't try to fight it. It's a very negative energy. So just let it play out. Understand what they're saying. Be compassionate and give them a solution if they're not giving you a solution. That's basically it. The simplest way, in summary, for me to say that is simply this. When somebody has reached a point where they're boiling over, the last thing you want to do is also boil over. So you allow them to boil over, and then you basically allow it to happen. It's going to save the day, and the person will thank you at the end. They'll say, thank you so much. Because they will realize that they've actually lost control. They're losing control of their emotions at that point. And then you, as the adult, kind of stepped up. You were the adult with more control over your emotions. How cool is that, right? Guys, I'm telling you, if you do this the right way, this not only can save you thousands and thousands of dollars, but it can make you tens of thousands of dollars depending on the business that you're in. So guys, if you enjoyed this, and if you enjoy any one of my videos, make sure that you actually subscribe to my channel. I create a lot of videos like this. I release them on a regular basis. Also, make sure you write in the comments. I love to interact with you guys. That's a lot of fun. And if you want to make sure that you get all the videos that I actually release, just hit the little bell, and then just to make sure that you actually get notified when I release any new video. So this is Coach Marco Robert. Hope you enjoyed today's video. I'll see you next time. Take care. Guys, this is Coach Marco Robert. Remember,
If you keep on doing what you've always done, you're going to keep on getting what you've always gotten. Click on the next videos and continue your education.